Welcome to the studio of Roundwords. My name is Chuck, and I'm the resident artist slash button maker. I wanted to take a few minutes today and give you a glimpse, a brief glimpse of what takes place when I'm contacted about a custom order. And it starts off with an email typically. Their customer describes what they're looking for in buttons. In this case, this young lady's parents are celebrating their anniversary, and she wants to have a photo button that says "Happy Anniversary, Bud and Bet." So the first thing I do is open CorelDRAW, and the template that I typically use for creating button designs. We'll type in the text that she's wanting, "Happy Anniversary" at the top, "Bud and Bet" at the bottom, and we'll take these and make them a little bit bolder and a little bit smaller so they'll fit on the button more appropriately. We'll do the same thing to the text on the bottom. Then we're going to want to set this text to a path so that it wraps around the perimeter of the button. We'll do that with "Happy Anniversary," and then we'll come down to the bottom and do the same thing with "Bud and Bet." And in this case, we'll have to mirror and flip the bottom text so that it'll be legible. Now what I want to do is create a circle in the middle of this template to put our photograph into. And first I create the guidelines, and then I'll select snap to guidelines so that we can find the perfect center of this circle, and we'll create that. And you can see me adjusting it so that it looks right. Alright, that looks good enough. Let's bring the photograph in and reduce it down so that it fits the button size here. Reduce it down a little bit more, and we're going to move it to the back of the page so we can see what it would look like if we've got it the right size. That looks about right. So what we need to do next is use a tool called Power Clip and place this in the container. The container being the circle you see. Alright, then we're going to adjust it a little bit. Alright, we got our photo where we want it. We finish editing. Now we want to take and put some color into this design. So the first thing I want to do is take the text and make it white. And when we put white text on a white background, it's going to disappear like that. Do the same thing to the bottom text. We'll make it white. And again, it's going to disappear, but that's okay because when we come back and add some color to the background, the text will pop back up. So in this case, we're going to use a blue color. And here you can see I'm selecting that particular color of blue. And when I do this, bang, there comes our text back to the top. Now I want to put a white outline around this circle that'll match our text, and we'll do that. We'll make it a 2-point outline. We'll make it white and select OK, and there we go. It looks pretty good. Now I want to delete my guidelines, and then we're going to put this template into our 3D template, give it a three-dimensional look. We'll do that with Power Clip. Oops, I missed. Let's try that again. Bang, we got it. And adjust our highlights. We'll zoom in, delete our guideline, and we'll adjust our highlights a little bit more, center them, and looking good. And this is what we would send to the customer as a proof. And then shortly thereafter, we get an email back saying, "Hey, that looks great. Let's go with it." So we open CorelDRAW back up, and this time we've got an 8.5 by 11 sheet, and we're going to bring our design in, and we're going to gang these together because we can get 12 buttons on one sheet that we will take to the printer. So here I am just copying and pasting our original design, and now I've got getting to the point where I have one row. We'll copy and paste this again down at the bottom, and then copy and paste again, and one more time, and we've got our sheet. Now this file will transfer over to a thumb drive, a PDF file, and this is what we'll take up to FedEx office. And the reason I drive up to FedEx office versus using a printer in my house is this animal right here, the Image Press C700 by Canon. This thing is a monster. I mean, just incredible print, state-of-the-art equipment, and you just can't get a better print than this. So I drive to FedEx for that particular reason. And next you can see I've driven up there, and we're going to load this print into the computer there. And here we are setting it up. And we're going to get our prints out, take a look at those. And I tell you, this photograph does not do that justice because the prints are fantastic. Back at the studio, we're going to take our prints and we're going to slice them into strips using our paper cutter. And we're slicing them down so that we can feed them into our punch press, our die press that we use to cut the circles out with. And there's the punch press. We feed our strips in and punch the circles out. Feed it up, line it up to the circle, punch. Pretty easy process here. We just go along and cut each strip, punch each strip till we get them all done. Now next we're going to start making the buttons, and we put a button face in, and then we put a print on top of that, then a piece of mylar, and we line this up so that it's square. Flip the die and press. We put a pin back in the back die, flip it, press again, and voila, we have a button. We'll go through the process again, and depending on how many buttons are in the order, this could take a while to do this, and I've got it down pat where I think I could actually do these with my eyes closed, and you get into a flow and a rhythm, and they go pretty quick. But sometimes I'll take and watch television while I'm doing this, or set up a YouTube channel and scope that out. But here you can see I'm just banging away, creating buttons. There's a back piece going in again. Now the next thing we want to do is get out our packing materials. And then you see the address and the priority mail box and my little card that I send out. Here we are loading the buttons into a priority mail box with some bubble wrap, closing the box up, and we're headed to the post office. Now I go to the post office and hand deliver these every day, and that helps expedite it so that you get your buttons as fast as we can. We don't want any delays by waiting for a mailman to come pick it up. Then of course, every single one of my orders ends with, "You got it?" A smile. I hope you've enjoyed this little presentation, and if you have any questions about a custom button order, please don't hesitate to contact me. Thanks, and I hope you have a great day.